All right, today we are diving into something pretty mind-bending. We're going to explore this idea of a universal consciousness, this divine intelligence, that might just be the invisible thread connecting everything and everyone. We'll get into what it is, what stands in our way of feeling it, and most importantly, how we can start to tune in.
So let's just start with the big question right out of the gate. Is there an intelligence that connects everything? Seriously, just for the next few minutes, let's suspend our disbelief. Let's just sit with that possibility. What if?
To even begin to wrap our heads around this, we need to get a feel for the concept itself. So first up, let's dive into what our source material calls this ocean of consciousness.
Now, when we say divine intelligence, don't think of some old guy in the sky. According to this framework, it's more like a unified field of awareness. I love this metaphor. A vast, endless ocean of consciousness that flows through literally everything. You, me, the stars, everything.
You see, this intelligence isn't like our brains, which are all about crunching numbers and processing data. Nope. This is something far more fundamental. It's described as a kind of illumination, a clarity that happens before thought. It's omnipresent, meaning it's everywhere all at once. And get this, it's the field of pure potential from which our very own thoughts bubble up.
Okay, so if this universal intelligence is literally everywhere, all the time, why on earth don't we feel it? Why isn't it obvious? Well, that's a great question, and it brings us right to the internal barriers we all put up.
The source material points to three big ones. First up, ego identification. You know that voice in your head that says, I, me, mine? That constant feeling of being a separate self? That creates a kind of wall. Then there's just plain old mental noise. The endless chatter, the worrying, the planning. It's like trying to hear a tiny whisper in the middle of a heavy metal concert. And finally, our attachments to the material world. When we over-identify with our stuff, our jobs, our bodies, we can forget to listen for anything more subtle.
And here's the key. The blockages aren't out there somewhere. They're in here. Our own minds, our own conditioned ways of seeing the world. They act like filters on a camera lens, distorting or sometimes completely blocking the signal that might be trying to come through.
But here's the good news. Just seeing these barriers is the first step to taking them down. And that brings us to the really practical part of this whole thing, the practice of receptivity. In other words, how do we clear the channel? The whole process isn't about adding something new. It's about clearing out the pipes that are already there. It starts with stillness, finding that quiet place inside. Then comes surrender, which is all about letting go of our death grip on how things should be. After that is attunement, where we consciously try to align ourselves with this deeper intelligence. And finally, integration. You gotta walk the talk. You take the wisdom you get and actually live it.
I absolutely love this quote. It's just the perfect image, isn't it? Think about it. If you want to see a clear reflection of the sky on a lake, the water has to be perfectly calm. The exact same thing is true for our minds. When we can quiet all that mental splashing around, we can finally get a clear reflection of this universal light.
So, let's say we actually manage to quiet down and clear the channel. How does this intelligence even talk to us? What are we listening for? That brings us to our next section, listening to the universe.
The language here isn't English or Spanish or any human language. It's intuition, and it comes in a few different flavors. Sometimes it's direct knowing. An idea just lands in your head fully formed, and you just know it's right. Other times it's heart wisdom, more of a feeling, a sense of peace or rightness in your chest. Then you have those inspired insights, the classic aha moment that changes everything. Or it can be super subtle, just a little nudge, a gentle push toward one thing and away from another.
This phrase just nails it, doesn't it? Knowing without knowing how you know. It perfectly captures that mysterious quality of intuition. It bypasses all your logical steps. You can't show your work, you can't prove it with a spreadsheet. You just know. It's a feeling of arrival, not calculation.
And it's not just an inside job. This intelligence can also pull strings out in the real world. This is where synchronicity comes in. You know those meaningful coincidences that give you goosebumps? The ones that feel like way more than just random chance? Well, the source describes those as divine intelligence in action, waving hello from the physical world.
So really, you've got two expressions working together here. You've got the unmanifest or esoteric intelligence, that pure invisible potential, and then you have the manifest intelligence, the part we can actually see and touch. It's like this. The unmanifest is the genius idea for a song. The manifest is the actual music, the patterns of notes and rhythms that we can hear. Two sides of the exact same coin.
Okay, this is all fascinating stuff, but how do we stop this from being just a cool idea or a fleeting feeling? How do we turn it into a way of life? Well, that brings us to our final section, living the connection.
You know, keeping this connection alive is a lot like tending a garden. It takes consistent care, we're talking daily communion, like meditation, to keep the channel tuned. It's about cultivating a real sense of gratitude for the guidance. It can also mean selfless service, letting this intelligence flow through you to help other people. And of course, just getting out into nature and connecting with the intelligence you can literally see everywhere.
And this right here, this might just be the most important takeaway of all. The whole point of this journey isn't to reach for something that's outside of you. It's to wake up to the fact that you are never separate from it in the first place. We are each localized expressions of this consciousness. We are the universe looking out through our eyes.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with a question to take with you. If you could just quiet your mind, clear the channel, even for just a single moment, what message do you think the universe is trying to send you?